What's up, family? On today's video, we're getting into a topic I really enjoy. 13 things every man should own by the age of 35. Now, by this point in your life, it's all about leveling up, refining your wardrobe, upgrading your lifestyle, and making sure you have all the essentials every grown man needs. From style must-haves to everyday items, these are the things that separate the boys from the men. So stay tuned as we help you look sharp, feel confident, and handle life like a true gentleman. Now, if you're new here, welcome, Jeff, your Style O.G. On this channel, we discuss various men's lifestyle topics such as style, grooming, and dating. If any or all those topics interest you, I invite you to subscribe, tap that notification bell, and join us. And to my returning friends like Calvin Felton, salute. Now, first up on the list of the 13 things I believe every man should own by the age of 35 is something you'll hear me beating the drum for on this channel over and over, and I always will. You need at least one quality watch. Now, by the age of 35, your style should be all about being elevated, mature, and intentional. And nothing says that more than a quality watch. Quality timepiece isn't just about telling the time. It's about making a statement. It shows attention to detail, sophistication, and confidence. And I know nowadays everybody checks their phone for the time. Check your watch for the time. It sets you apart. It shows that you care about attention to detail and sophistication. Whether you're a sleek dress watch guy, a rugged diver, or a classic chronograph, there's a timepiece to fit every man's style. And when I say quality watch, I don't mean expensive watch. Great watches can be found from $50 to $50,000. So that's why I recommend by the age of 35, you invest in at least one well-made quality timepiece. Every day you can throw on something that elevates your style and lasts a lifetime. Another very important thing you need to have by the age of 35, a solid savings and investment plan. You see, by this age, you gotta have your money right. That no doubt includes a solid savings and investment plan. The thing is, by the age of 35, being stylish is great, but true confidence also comes from financial stability. You don't wanna be out here living paycheck to paycheck, stressing over emergencies, or missing out on financial opportunities because you're not prepared. A smart man saves, invests, and builds for the future. He doesn't have excessive debt, he doesn't spend recklessly, and after building up in savings, he invests in things such as real estate, stocks. The goal here is instead of working for your money works for you. So make sure you're building wealth, staying financially disciplined, and you're setting yourself up for a future where you call the shots. That's some real grown man business. Now, next up is something I believe is essential for every grown man. You need to have a tool set. You see, by the age of 35, you need to be able to handle basic repairs. And that starts with having a solid tool set. You can't be out here calling someone every time you need something fixed around the house. To tighten a screw, hang a picture, fix a loose hinge. A well-stocked tool set, including things like screwdrivers, pliers, wrenches, hammer, and drills, enables you to take care of your space like a grown man should. Plus, in my opinion, there's nothing more satisfying than fixing things yourself with your own hands. One of the goals when it comes to being a grown man, you want to be capable and self-sufficient. You want to be able to handle anything life brings your way, and that includes around your crib. So grab yourself a tool set. That way, when it comes to small repairs around the home, you have the right tools for the job. Now, next up is something I definitely believe is mandatory, especially with this being a style channel. By the age of 35, there's no excuse to not have at least one killer suit. Now, I know nowadays a lot of guys dress more casual, but if you want to stand out as a grown man, one of the easiest ways to do that is having a well-tailored suit. Whether it's for weddings, a business meeting, or special occasions, I believe any grown man's wardrobe is incomplete without that killer suit. The great thing about a suit, it brings to mind another type of suit, a suit of armor. Just like a suit of armor, it gives you authority, confidence, and an air of strength and masculinity. But the key here, not just any suit. You want one that fits you extremely well, and you don't have to go spend thousands of dollars for a custom-made suit. Find one that fits you relatively well off the rack and take it to a tailor to have it altered and nipped and tucked in the right way. To me, a suit is what separates a man from women and children. So make sure you own at least one. That way you're always prepared, sharp, and looking the part. Now, next up is something I believe every man should own that has served me well throughout my life. You definitely need at least a few well-chosen books. You see, as you evolve, it's not just about keeping your style sharp. Your mind needs to be sharp as well. And that starts with a few well-chosen books. You see, a grown man should always be evolving, learning, and expanding his perspective and knowledge base. And to me, it really doesn't matter what type of books we're talking about. self-improvement, history, or autobiographies. They all expand your knowledge base, your confidence, and your vocabulary. And not to mention a man who's well-read, it helps improve his communication skills. It also makes you a smarter decision maker and a more interesting person to talk to. So on the Style O.G channel, we just don't talk about elevating our wardrobe. We also want to keep elevating our minds. So make sure you always have a few well-chosen books, because a man who's always learning will always be winning. Now, next up is something I'm always going to remind you need, especially my American guys out there. We have a huge problem with this one. For some reason, even by the age of 35, a lot of us don't own a passport. A passport is extremely important because a man who's well-traveled has a life that's well-lived. When you travel around the world and leave your neighborhood, city, or country, it expands your mindset, exposes you to new cultures, and just changes your whole perspective. Not to mention you'll see yourself having some unforgettable experiences. So whether it's a business trip, a vacation, or a quick getaway, having a passport means you'll always be ready for the next opportunity. This is a very important lesson I hope you take, especially my American guys. Don't restrict yourself to your hometown. Get out. Travel, see the world. It's a great way for you to explore, learn, and continue to grow. Not to mention a well-traveled man is more cultured, more knowledgeable, and more interesting. Trust me, the world is better than just your daily routine. So make sure you have yourself a passport. Now, next up on the list of the 13 things every man should own by the age of 35 is an essential grooming need. Every guy should have a signature fragrance. Having a signature cologne in your grooming arsenal is a great move because it allows you to make a statement without saying a word. You see, having a great signature scent isn't just about smelling good. It's also about leaving a lasting impression. The right cologne can boost your confidence, enhance your presence, and make you more memorable to everybody you meet. Whether we're talking about for work, dates, or just being on the go every day, the right scent leaves a lasting impression and people notice you've been there. And as we elevate to the age of 35, what you want to be looking for is one that's classic, versatile, refined, and masculine. And not to mention, very importantly, suits your personality. So take it from me, you definitely want to have a signature scent. A well-dressed man who smells great, this without a doubt is a man who stands out. Now, next up on the list of the 13 things I believe every guy should have by the age of 35, we're staying in the grooming department. A must-have, a grooming kit. To put your best face forward and be the most handsome version of yourself, a grooming kit is essential. It helps you keep yourself looking sharp, clean, and well-maintained. You see, a grown man, he takes care of himself. And that starts with having quality tools for the job. I'm talking about a razor, beard trimmer, clippers, a nail kit, and your skincare essentials. Whether we're talking about being clean-shaven, rocking a beard, or just wanting to have the best skin possible, having a well-stocked grooming kit is the first step to making sure you always look and feel good. Because let's keep it real, women notice, your employers notice, and most importantly, you notice when you're well kept. So stay fresh, stay polished, and make sure you're always taking care of your appearance. A well-groomed man commands respect wherever he goes. Now, next up on the list is something I believe we don't talk about nearly enough. It's very overlooked. I believe it's very important to have by the age of 35, a network of like-minded men. It's often said we're the sum parts of the 5 people we spend the most time around. And I agree. That's why I believe having a strong network of like-minded men around you is very important because it shapes who you are today and who you're going to become. A grown man shouldn't be out here living life alone. It's very important to have like-minded people around you who are ambitious, goal-oriented, and motivate you. You want some trustworthy men around you who are going to push you to be the best version of yourself. Whether we're talking about career goals, fitness, or finances, having like-minded men around you reminds you of your goals as you watch them achieve, fail, brush themselves off, and get right back on the horse. But on the other hand, make sure you're cutting out negative people, people who drag you down. You want fellas around that respect you and that you respect, that can check you when you're on your BS, but also can help make sure you're staying on the right path. We're getting back into our style bag for the next essential for the age 35 man. You've got to have at least one pair of quality dress shoes. You see, the thing is, just like with a house, it's very important when it comes to your style, your foundation. And of course, shoes are the foundation of any stylish guy. Now, one of the things I always encourage, that I believe you should buy a pair of the best quality shoes you can reasonably afford. Don't break the bank, but please make sure you don't cheap out when it comes to your dress shoes. Not only will the people who see you notice, cheap shoes drag your outfit down, your feet will notice. Oftentimes, they'll be very uncomfortable, and when you think you're saving money by spending a whole lot less, you're really not. Cheap dress shoes wear out very quickly. You'll have to replace them. You're much better off investing in a quality pair to begin with. And the thing about it is, it's very important for a grown man to have quality dress shoes. As you age, your style should evolve. It should be more sophisticated, more refined. And a pair of quality dress shoes will anchor any look. And you can't build a solid style by the age of 35 without the foundation of your wardrobe: quality dress shoes. Now, next up is something I believe a lot of guys tend to ignore, especially my bachelors out there. By the age of 35, you need a cast iron skillet or some quality cookware, or both. You see, as a grown man, you want a well-equipped kitchen, and that starts with some cookware. Whether it's for a simple breakfast or a gourmet meal, it all starts with having the right kitchen tools. Whether we're talking about a cast iron skillet, because the cast iron skillet is durable, you can cook almost anything in it. It can handle just about any recipe thrown your way, from searing steaks to baking cornbread. Also, investing in high-quality pots, pans, and knives definitely has your kitchen very well equipped. Not to mention, cooking for yourself, and especially for others, is a great way to have a memorable experience. And it shows that you're self-sufficient, creative, and capable. Without a doubt, I highly recommend every grown man have a cast iron skillet and/or some quality cookware. Now, next up is another thing that's hugely overlooked by my young G's, but I find myself reminding my more refined age 35 guys as well. You need to have a comfortable mattress and bedding. Here's the thing you need to keep in mind. A quality night's sleep is just as important as being on your grind. There's no way any of us can perform at our best if we're not getting quality nights of sleep. The thing about a comfortable mattress, not only does it promote good sleep, it improves your mental clarity, boosts your physical health, and your overall well-being. And when you pair that comfortable mattress with quality bedding, I'm talking about sheets that are soft, breathable, and ones that fit your sleeping style, you're definitely prepared for a very productive next day. So please don't cheap out on your sleep setup. Taking care of your rest is just as important as taking care of your body. Now, next up on the list of the 13 things I believe every man should own by the age of 35, we're getting into our accessory bag, literally. I believe you need a good weekend travel bag. You need a good weekend travel bag because a man who's always ready to get away is a man who's on top of his game, in my opinion. Whether it's for a business trip or a spontaneous weekend getaway, the travel bag, a weekend one, is essential. You don't want to be out here schlepping around with a cheap bag that's falling apart. That's not fly. Whether we're talking about a sleek duffel bag or a weekender bag, you're prepared to get away at a moment's notice. And it gives you the style and practicality to travel with ease. When you have that great weekend travel bag, not only does it help you stay organized, it sets the tone for traveling in style. Find something that's well made, fits your personality, and looks good while doing it. Okay, so there you have it. My list of the 13 things every man should own by the age of 35. Now do me a favor, let me know in the comments section if you believe there's some grown man essentials I left off today's list. And if you enjoyed this video and found it informative, I highly recommend you check out a recent video I did about the rules I believe every man should live by. You can check it out right here.